Hello, coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Welcome back to where we explore the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're talking about a classic, the 1961 Lincoln penny. This tiny coin has been in circulation for decades, but do you know its real value today? Stick around as we uncover its history, key features, and whether it could be worth more than just a cent. The 1961 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This series replaced the Indian head penny and has been in circulation ever since. During this time, America was entering the space age, John F. Kennedy was the new president, and the country was changing fast. Yet, the humble penny remained an essential part of daily transactions. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse, front, of the 1961 penny features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. Above Lincoln's head, you'll see "In God We Trust," with liberty on the left and the year 1961 on the right. If your penny has a small d below the date, it's from the now. Flip it over, and you'll see the reverse, back, design, which was used from 1909 to 1958, the wheat ears design. The words United States of America are inscribed along with 1 cent, and the Latin in 1959. This design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, which appears on the 1961 penny we're discussing today. The new reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo, featuring the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The 1961 Lincoln penny was produced in massive numbers, meaning it is not considered rare in general. Here are the mintage figures. If you're looking for valuable 1961 pennies, check for errors. Some rare varieties can fetch big money, including, some Denver minted pennies have a repunched D mint mark, meaning it was stamped twice. These can be worth $10 to $50, depending on condition. Some pennies show slight doubling on Lincoln's face, letters, or numbers. If you spot one, it could be worth $50 to $200 plus, depending on the grade. If your penny is 10 to 50% off-center, it can fetch $20 to $100 plus. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. A small portion of the coin is missing due to an error during minting. These can be worth $10 to $50. So, should you keep or sell your 1961 pennies? If you have a standard circulated coin, it's worth just a cent. However, if you find a high-grade MS-65 red penny, an error coin or a proof version, you might want to get it graded by PCGS or NGC to increase its value. If you're a collector, it's always great to keep a well-preserved 1961 penny in your collection, especially if it's in brilliant uncirculated condition. And that's a wrap. Now, it's time for you to check your change jars and old collections. You might just have a valuable 1961 Lincoln penny waiting to be discovered. The 1961 Lincoln Cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, making it the first U.S. coin to depict a real historical figure rather than an allegorical design. In 1909, the U.S. Mint replaced the Indian head cent with the Lincoln Cent, designed by Victor D. Brenner. Initially, the reverse featured two wheat-era, wheat penny. From 1909 to 1958. In 1959, to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse design changed to Th. Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1961 penny is part of the second major design phase in Lincoln Cent history, featuring the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse instead of the wheat ears. The year 1961 was a time of major changes in the U.S. John F. Kennedy had just been inaugurated as the 35th President of the United States. The country was entering the space race with the Soviet Union, leading to new technological advancements. Inflation was relatively low, and a penny still had some purchasing power, enough to buy small candies or gum. The Lincoln Cent remained an important part of everyday transactions, as Americans still used cash for most purchases. The 1961 penny was one of the last years to be made using the traditional 95% copper alloy, which would continue until 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. Although the Lincoln Memorial penny design continued until 2008, the composition of the coin changed over time. By the early 1980s, the rising cost of copper made it impractical to keep using the 95% copper alloy. In 1982, the U.S. Mint began producing pennies primarily made of zinc with a thin copper coating, which is still in use today. The 1961 penny remains a popular collector's item, especially in higher grades or with mint errors. While common in circulated condition, uncirculated versions or error varieties can be worth much more than face value. Have you ever found a rare or valuable penny? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin videos.